Live again. It's that time of the day. Oh, it's Thursday night. Let's see if I can get Instagram going here. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that. Oops, shoot, wrong person. I'm trying to get you. There we go.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So how much multitasking are you doing tonight?
Just YouTube and Instagram.
Okay. So I'm on Facebook and Instagram. So we got our bases covered.
We've got.
So, good evening.
Cheers. Cheers to all you people.
I have a little Z's in tonight. What do you have?
I have Karen. Her name is Karen, so I'm a little partial. Karen Birmingham or something like that from Naked Wines.
Nice. Did you ever get a hold of them to see if they would sponsor our show?
Dropped the ball on that one. Oops.
Okay.
Whoopsie daisy.
Well, we can address it again.
And a true hero, why is it important to know how old our husbands and boyfriends are? What's behind that? What is it that you need to find out?
You want to know how old my husband is or my boyfriend?
Yeah, you want to know what? There was a little noise. Yeah. So anyhow, if you're on YouTube, say hi. Hi, Paul.
Hi.
Where are you guys all from? What are you doing? What's driving you today? I had a question, by the way. It was a very funny post on TikTok about someone who gets unsolicited dick pics, and what she does is she collects them, and then when someone sends her one, she just smatters the dick pics back to them until they finally block her. So I think that's a very good idea.
That's a good idea.
It's called payback.
Yeah.
Hey, Benny.
Yeah, I thought about doing that, and then I thought, well, sure shit, I would get blocked. I would get.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. So just to say hi to everybody here on YouTube, I'm also on Instagram with my friend Dr. Nancy Sutton Pierce, and so we're gonna be.
Sutton Pierce.
She and I are going to are the Wild Women with Wine. We all have our wine here.
So first up, we have some important things to talk about tonight. But first up,
we've got business.
I think this might be our anniversary.
No.
Isn't this about the time we started last year?
Yes. Can you believe it's been a year of Wild Women with Wine? Oh, you guys. Cool? You guys. Hello to you, Sibian Official. Happy anniversary to you, my partner in crime.
Yes.
Couldn't have been Wild Women with.
Begun yet. We've been halted by this damn virus.
Yeah, but we're not letting it stop us now. Hello there, David and Elvis and Brendan and Juan and Paul. We're toasting because it's our anniversary of Wild Women with Wine.
And the next thing.
Next order of business.
Make sure I don't forget to say it because it's so important. Is my heartfelt condolences for the loss of your little baby, fur baby. And
thank you.
I don't want to get you crying yet, but just know that my heart is right there, aching right alongside yours. I know how awful that is. So
I appreciate that.
Love, and hugs and.
So again, for those of
whatever
you
need,
who
whatever
don't,
you need.
those of you who don't know, unfortunately, I had to put my little Gus, my little Maltipoo, down on Monday night. He went into heart failure, so it was a very traumatic experience. But it's a circle of life, unfortunately, with dogs. You know, when you're getting an animal, they don't live that long.
Right.
But it still is very painful to go through, and we're hoping to get another dog soon, but you just can't replace them that easily. Anyway, but thank you very much for that heartfelt, condolence. Anyway, not to bring everybody down, but what's on your agenda tonight?
Well, it's real life stuff. I think these are important moments to acknowledge, because you and I can be here totally enjoying each other's company, feeling happy and lighthearted and laugh. And you can be having that same experience. You can be having the morning too.
Right.
So I think sometimes we forget that we can have all these emotions at once.
Right.
And so people who are suffering from depression or loneliness, if you find other things during the day that will make you just giggle, laugh your butt off, or feel for someone else, it helps you remember that all of this is just temporary. Everything we're going through is temporary.
Right.
And that we can be simultaneously having all these experiences that just mean we're human.
You're right. And the other part of it is it's harder because I'm in COVID, which means I'm at home all the time, where I used to be with my dog all the time. So for those of you, Brendan, Bryson, you're asking what happened. My dog passed away on Monday. So, so it's harder when you're constantly reminded, because you don't see the little pitter patter of little feet, or used to growl when I closed the door, and he wanted to come in, I'd hear little stuff like that. Thank you, Christopher. Yeah. I appreciate you guys.
Usually it's the really annoying things that either our people or our pets do that we miss the most.
No, that wasn't. That was cute. Nothing he did was annoying. He could not annoy me. He was just a little angel.
Aww.
But anyway, had him for 13 years.
Men. I was thinking
men are not always little angels.
Drive me crazy. I would miss those the most, right?
I don't know. Anyway, hi there, Hurt Locker. Nice to see you guys. Travis, Prince of Darkness, Grandmaster UV. So today I'm with Dr. Nancy Sutton Pierce. We're going to play some games.
So, and this is probably backwards, huh?
It is backwards. What are they? Are those gummies?
Truth or dare for couples.
Truth or dare for couples. Okay, so who wants to be my couple?
We have we connect cards.
Oh, we connect too. We got all kinds of fun cards here.
And then our moments. And these are the decks of cards that I use in my oases. I just have couples each choose a card, and then we go from there to kind of explore what those things bring up for them. And it's a great way to utilize time to learn how to really listen to somebody else without necessarily being triggered by something they're saying about you, because they're just talking about themselves. So it's a great practice. So we can talk.
That'd be fun.
I'll show you a little bit of that tonight.
Anybody want to play the game, Truth or Dare? Let's do it. And by the way, thank you to Isabella. You're right. It's just wonderful memories that I do share with him. Anyway, where were we?
Oh, so Erica is saying that they've ordered all of them because she was in my order.
Oh, Erica ordered all. Okay, gotcha.
And so
she ordered all the cards. So
you got to see all my decks.
All right. So Elvis and Bob and Morningstar, we're talking about playing a little game called Truth or Dare, and there's a couple other decks of cards too that we're going to be using. So how do we go about doing it when we're on Instagram?
Look how cute these cards are.
She's got cute little cards.
I got a cute deck.
She's got a cute deck.
Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle the cards, and I'll pick one to ask you. Okay. So
I may need some help too. I may ask for some help here, guys.
So, truth or dare?
Truth.
Okay. What do you think is the least sexy parts of your body and the most sexy?
Least sexy part of my body. That's a good one. I never thought about that one.
We typically don't pay attention to those.
Yeah, what is my least sexy part of my body? I don't know. Perhaps my elbow. I mean, what do you guys think? It's not very sexy. It's just there. It's useful. It's more utilitarian. But I would say that's one of the least sexy parts of my body. And most sexy parts, probably, my eyes. I do.
Use them well.
They're full of expressions.
So what I'm hearing you say.
What are you hearing me say?
Is that the least sexy part of your body is probably your elbows.
Yes.
Even though they have good utility, they're just, it's hard to see them, first of all. And so it's just like they're just not a sexy part.
I'm looking at them and they're pretty sexy, actually. No, I'm just kidding.
And the most sexy part of you is your eyes.
Yeah, lately it was either between that and my butt, so I had to pick one. Do you care to answer the same cards? Should we ask our viewers here if they would like to answer the? I would like to know, people on YouTube and Instagram, what is the least sexy part of your body and why? And what is the most sexy part of your body and why? Let's see. What does that say? Do we chat on Hangouts in Google? No, we're not going to be doing that. Anyway, yeah, go for it, you guys. Let's see who comes up with the most.
On Facebook, do you have a least sexy part and a most sexy part of your body?
Right. We're looking at creativity here. Let's see what's coming up.
We don't want you to show us. We just want you to write it.
Yeah, I don't need a visual unless it's an elbow.
Yeah, truly, if you think your elbow is the sexiest part of your body, damn it, I want to see that elbow.
Yeah, we want to see that sexy damn elbow. In the meantime, while they're thinking of the creative answers, do you have some of your own answers, Nancy?
I would say the least sexy. I mean, I was thinking either elbows or heels.
Oh.
Those I don't really know. Those are just functional.
Yeah.
The rest of me is very sensual, so I think it's sexy.
There you go.
The most sexy. I mean, can I say my mind?
Wow. I'm not the judge and jury. Well, I don't see what.
That's a part of the body. The brain's not really the mind, but it's part of who I am. So
I say you can say your mind, and because you do have a very active imagination. I know you very well. And I would say that, I understand the heels are, they're a pain in the, they're functional, but they're not exact. Yeah. Although they're part of the foot, which is kind of sexy. My foot is like a Fred Flintstone foot, though. I've got like the most, it's like a block. It's
a box of foot.
Well, Woolridge Brian loves your heels, Nancy, in case you were wondering.
He loves my feet.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for people who love my feet. And that's a really personal story that goes behind that. But so anybody that really thinks I have nice feet, I'm in gratitude.
All right. Isabella, one of my little sneaky freaks from Sex Talk with My Mom, says her ankles retain a lot of water. So cankles are the least sexy. And I can understand that. Cankles really suck. And then she said, and she's pretty flirty, so my personality would be my most popular. So you and Nancy are going with the brain.
So you want to hear something funny? I knew a man who divorced his first wife because her ankles were too skinny, and he married a woman with big old thick cankles. He loved cankles.
If there's a reason to get divorced, that's one.
Isn't that one?
Knees do.
That doesn't say a lot about his depth.
Yeah, that's a very deep person. Bob says knees do what to meet sometime. I don't know what do. Want to meet sometime. The knees. I'm not sure what that means, but anyway.
James, you just have to look through my pictures. My feet are all over them.
Yeah, you can definitely see her feet everywhere.
Yeah, my feet go with me everywhere.
All right. So if you have something very unusual that you'd like to share, please do, because we would like to hear what parts of your body are sexy and which parts are
Yes.
not. Bryson
Yes.
is saying, what did you saying? That your least sexy is your gut and your most is your hair. Oh, you got some sexy damn hair.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah. Hair can be very sexy.
Yeah. I tend to
Or
focus.
no hair.
I think you can make
I
a
definitely-
case. You can make literally a case for any part of the body, including even your gut, even if you're happy with it, for being sexy. Because you
I
will
love
find
this.
somebody that likes that.
Yeah. I love this. My fiance loves me regardless of my water retaining ankles.
Yeah, he's not going to
Yes.
leave you. Isabella, don't leave me because of my cankles.
You know, honestly, if somebody that got to the point where they said they loved me and they married me, or they were in a committed relationship with me, and then they dumped me because of a physical part of me, I would be grateful to them.
Yes, thank you for dumping me, because I know you're an asshole and you did me a favor.
Absolutely.
Now, I knew a guy, literally, I swear to you, we were talking and he said he cannot date a girl that has blonde pubic hair.
Interesting.
And not the most deep person either. Now here comes old dirty Dasher saying least part that he likes is his belly. Most are dimples. I love dimples. I do. I think they're so cute.
Cute.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in over here? If you do, chime on in. We haven't figured out how somebody divorces someone over ankles, though.
No, I think that's just a piss poor excuse.
Yeah, I know girls who won't date redheaded men. And unfortunately, women can be just as superficial as men. Trust me.
Oh my gosh, yes. I know women that won't date somebody that isn't a
certain height, yeah,
certain build, certain. I mean, it's like they have this fairy tale mold that they want to put guys in, and that's why I think it's so important that people who are in the dating world don't take it personally when somebody doesn't really want to be with you, because it isn't about you. It's because their mold is so specific that they'll probably never find one.
They're too damn picky.
Yeah, they're not looking for a great quality human match for them. They're just looking for a body.
And then Dozo says, and you wonder why they can't find the guy.
Yep, I'm back from Jamaica.
She's back.
Now I'm in Southern
from
California.
outer space.
It is like being on another
Hey,
planet.
Brady. So the gang's all here tonight. What's up? What's your favorite sex position? Morningstar would like to know. There's an original question. Enjoy cat piss and boxed wine, feminist women? Oh, burn. You're really burning me there. CLYOU AS. I mean, I don't know why someone will come on here and say, enjoy your cat piss and boxed wine, feminist women. But guess what? You're going in time out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So here's another one. Here, I got another truth for you.
Right.
This will be good. This will be interesting. What is the cliche sexual fantasy that still just turns you the hell on?
A cliche sexual fantasy that turns me on?
Yeah.
Doctor patient? I don't know. Masseuse client? I don't know. Where do I begin? There's quite a few going on in my brain. What about you? You got a cliche fantasy?
I mean, I'm very much into, like we talked about last time, about the scene, the ambiance. So creating a really erotic, sensual, beautiful scene where all of my senses are being, where you have the scent of a flower you love and a taste of food you love and the perfect music and the perfect air temperature. It just looks glorious. I mean, so I'm very much into the senses. Okay,
so it's not necessarily a physical something that someone does, like a role playing or anything like that.
No, it's more of the feeling, because that just will draw out the whatever it be.
Erica likes the men in uniform, especially the firefighters. I agree with that one too. Well, Grandmaster, UV.
You know what they say about firefighters, right?
They got a big hose?
Maybe true, but they also find it hot and leave it wet.
Ooh, did you guys hear that? Firefighters find it hot and leave it wet. Okay. Yeah. You're from Ghana, but living in the USA? Oh, I know people from Ghana. Anyway, wait, there was something else I was going to ask.
Right,
Now I forgot.
People are weird about that, huh?
What?
He was saying that that he has met girls that won't date somebody who has blue collar job.
Oh,
You know?
Well, I mean, again, people have like stereotypes in their mind that are very rigid. I tend to not be like that now. I don't know. Maybe when I was younger, I was more like, I need this, this, and this. But then as you get older, you realize the checklist never works out.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun to be with someone and watch them change too.
Yeah, I think a lot of girls are ruined by their mothers imparting advice that's really damaging. Like, you can date them, but you can't marry them. You can fall in love with rich as easy as you can poor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those kind of things don't give you any sense of your own responsibility for your value or your net worth that you create. So women now need to own it. My oldest granddaughter wants to be a surgeon. And she's looked into it. I mean, she's fat like me. She's fascinated by medicine and the body and all that stuff. She's just loving it. But she also knows that she has expensive taste, and she's got to depend on herself to support that.
Yeah. I like that though.
Yeah, me too. I have a lot of respect for that.
Let's see. There's a lot of stuff going on here, so I don't even know where to begin here.
So this is a great question. Are checklists overrated?
Yes.
And should we open up to dating more types of people?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Get rid of your checklist. The checklist sucks.
Most of the checklists are based on really adolescent desires that don't work out as adults.
Here.
So you need to reevaluate your checklist and make it more about qualities of a person. Qualities,
yeah. As opposed
rather
to,
than as attributes.
Yes, well, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Dozha. He said, you have to get someone that fits your puzzle piece. Didn't we just talk about the puzzle pieces? I like that. I love that term. There is someone for everyone and someone that can fit your puzzle piece.
Yeah, and if you're a square puzzle piece, a round one probably is going to rub against you in a weird way.
But it may be a good way. Anyway, yeah, Bryson, you're a shallow. You like super skinny women. Well, I had a guy once who told me, he's like, "What?" We were talking on the phone, and he's like, "What size are you?" And I was at the time, I was like at my skinniest because my husband had passed away, and I was really like not eating because I was depressed. And I said, "I'm a size 2," and he goes, "I only date 2 and under." Oh, I never went out with him. That was it. I heard that, and I was like, "Fuck you!" And the horse you rode in on.
You're not kidding. Well, I think people that have that kind of just think about the physical. They really haven't matured emotionally, right? Because they're just thinking about what somebody's going to do for them.
Oh, okay. Bryson actually said, "I don't like skinny women." You've redeemed yourself, Bryson. It did not sound like you. Okay.
But what if somebody's really wonderful and skinny? You're gonna miss out,
That's true, but at least she's not
cheap to feed.
Yeah. You like women with a little meat on their bones. Yeah. Some women are like that too. They like someone who's got a little meat. But again, the physical thing really can be very deceptive. I mean, my husband was super, super skinny. When I met him, he was really skinny. And my current boyfriend, when I met him, he was thin, and now he's got a little meat on his body. I mean, I'm fine with whatever. Would you like divorce your husband if he gained 20 pounds?
No.
Jungle says they like fat women and skinny women. What about medium-sized women? Anyway, I think people are a little more open-minded these days. Like when I was growing up, if you had a fat ass, people were like, "Oh, get rid of that fat ass. It doesn't look good in jeans." And now it's like you got a fat ass that's fat, PHAT. You know what I'm talking about, guys? Girls are all over me. Well, that's good. That's good. Everybody wants someone that have a lot of people attracted to them. My mentor daughter lets the family know she should ask should ask her out. Don't cross the line, like me. Okay, not sure where that's coming from. All right, where were we?
Do you want another one?
Yes, this is fun.
Okay. What is your porn name?
My porn name is Pandy Darrell. Notice how fast I came up with that one.
So no, is that your first pet in the street you grew up on?
Yes, it is. My cat's name was Pandy, and my street I was on was Darrell. That's how I knew it was Pandy Darrell. Do you have a porn name?
Raffles Sutterwood. Beechwood. Raffles Beechwood.
Raffles Beechwood. That's quite a name. And now featuring Raffles Beechwood, who is about to go into a bukkake scene. What is your porn names, people? Let's hear them all. This is going to be a good one.
First, your first pet and the street you grew up on.
Yeah, it's your first pet in the street you grew up on. So if anybody has one they'd like to share with us, let's hear it. Oh, PJ, you were trying to say my mentor daughter likes me, and the family knows should I ask her out and don't cross the line. I would say asking people out in the family is going to be sticky. Just be careful. That's all I got to tell you.
Well, I mean, it's one of your family members?
It says my mentor daughter. I don't know. Maybe that means you're mentoring somebody.
No.
Yeah. You're gonna hurt the trust she has in knowing that you're there just for her.
Your mentor's daughter. That's going to ruin the relationship with your mentor, unless the mentor is supporting it.
Yeah. I would just whatever happens there, it's not going to be good. Just keep it kosher. Okay, so Erica's name Sugar Cherry. Well, that does sound like a porn name.
It does. Sugar Cherry.
And now we got Newt Monroe. Was that you had a newt? Like a little lizard newt that goes in the fish tank? Is that what you're talking about, Craig? And then we got Dan Bonnie Lane. Brady, your animal's name was Dan? Or Bonnie? Or Lane? Or LOL?
Probably Dan and then Bonnie Lane.
You had a dog or cat named Dan? And Craig, was your what Newt Monroe? My porn name should be Baba Gump Hump Supremus.
That's funny.
Yeah, you like Newt Monroe? LOL. Okay, sorry you had to do with that guy. Yes, it was. I'll do the same if you like.
I have porn names. Tell me your porn names.
Would I do an OnlyFans? I thought about doing an OnlyFans and I decided against it because I don't like being treated as a piece of meat. I like making decisions as to when I'm going to show my body off or not. So that's why I chose not to do the OnlyFans. But if you go to patreon.com/KarenLee, you might find some feistier pictures than on Instagram. And same thing with Dr. Nancy. She's at patreon.com/Dr. Nancy. So
yeah,
I suggest go over there.
I love to post sexy pictures.
She likes sexy pictures. She likes to post them.
My husband takes them. They make me feel alive and sexy. They're for me, to feel good about me.
But you don't you're not going to take demands from people like, oh, I need to see this or this. Otherwise, I'm not going to quit.
Not unless it's for thousands and thousands and thousands
of
dollars.
Okay, so if anybody wants to give her thousands of dollars, she'll take requests. I know
it's got to be worth the risk.
Believe me, Grandmaster, I have friends that are on OnlyFans that are making a shit ton of money. I understand, but it's still not worth it because I like my brain too much, and I think I can make my own money. So that's the way I like to be. I like my independence.
This next question that just came up in one of my other decks, it's asking, what are you passionate about right now? And I think for me, helping make the world a better place and helping couples find the absolute depth of joy that's possible for them. That feeds me. So wasting my time posting nudes or doing porn for people that, they're just gonna look at it a little bit, jack off, and move on to the next person. That doesn't serve me in any way. I don't need the money.
I agree with you.
The money is irrelevant to me. So
yeah,
anything I do has to be to serve my own soul and know that I'm serving another human life experience. That matters. So yeah. Brady says that my photos on Patreon are very sexy, and it makes him want to become
Bryson answered the question about what he's passionate about, which is drawing. And I'm right now passionate about getting my podcast into animation. We're very close. We're trying to find the right network to buy the series, and it's patience. But if it gets done, which I think it will, I'll be very passionate about doing that, and then I won't have to pose nude to make some money.
That's exciting. That's very exciting. Yeah.
Am I single? No. Actually, I'm just celebrated my 13-year anniversary of meeting my boyfriend. 13 years.
Congratulations.
Can you believe it? 13 years with the same person. Woo, baby. Hi to you too. Do you have a fur-tailed butt plug? How did you know? You've been peeking in my butt plug drawer, and you found out that I have a little fur-tailed butt plug there.
What kind of fur? Is it horse, fox?
I think it could be raccoon.
Raccoon? At least it's not skunk.
It was a 13-year anniversary, not 14. All right.
Brady's passionate about cooking. That's awesome.
Let's see. Do you think things like OnlyFans have been a positive thing for women's sexuality? It sounds like it's very demeaning platform, which isn't great for mental health. I hate to say, but that is exactly why I won't do it, the beard burbs, because I do feel like it is somewhat degrading to have someone have to tell me to do certain I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's if you're like Nancy and I that occasionally like to do thirst trapping pictures just because we think it's fun, that's one thing. But having someone tell me, do this, do that, spread your legs this way, do that. Come on,
Well, I don't like being bossed in any aspect of
I know, and I don't think it's great for my mental health because it's very demeaning.
But I think there are a lot of younger women who maybe aren't able to put themselves through college.
But it's the same, Nancy. This is the same thing with strippers and and prostitutes. Yeah. And we're not judging anybody for being in the sex world, but it's not what I want to do. It's not.
Right. I mean, people who choose to do it, and can make a shitload of money doing it.
Go do it.
Go for it. I send people that ask me if I have OnlyFans. I go, no, but here's people who do, and I love these people. I respect them, and I'd rather you give them your money because they're beautiful and they're building their life with this. So go for it.
Go for it. Okay. Okay.
Totally support women doing it.
Now this is very interesting. I figured out why Grandmaster asked me about the fur-tailed butt plug, and that is because my logo in the back here is me with a cougar tail, which actually looks to me like a raccoon tail. But if you can see it, I mean, I don't know if the people on Instagram can see it. Here, I'll tilt this away so that you guys can see this too. Watch me spill my wine all over the place. Oh shit. Let's see. Hold on. Oh my God. All right. Here is the tail. Can you
see? Jungle, have you tried the dating site?
There you go.
Have you tried going on Bumble instead of some of the other dating sites that's women dominated?
I don't like being bossed. Yes. I don't like being bossed around either.
That's my friend Bunny. Hi,
I
Bunny.
know, Bunny from Serbia.
Let's do it. Yeah, I don't like being bossed.
No, unless it's in the bedroom, and then that's depending on the mood too.
That's consensual. I will give permission to boss me. If I have not given permission to boss me, don't do it.
All right.
So,
And
there have been a few times when I've looked at Mark with that quick, don't you bust me.
Brady, you and I have talked about this with Nancy, where you're asking if you should pay the girls on OnlyFans just to talk to them socially. And I would rather have you just meet someone on your own and not have to be transactional in order to have a conversation. I think that it doesn't seem very genuine.
I mean, if your desire is to support these women in this endeavor, and just talking to them, you'd like to pay for their time, that's an honorable thing to do. If your expectation is that you're going to develop a relationship with them, and that you're going to get anything back other than that 15 minutes or hour or whatever, you're fooling yourself. So don't. Just if you genuinely want to, like, support them. I don't necessarily want you to show me other pictures, but I'd love to have a conversation with you. That's fine to pay for that. People pay counselors for that all the time. That's what I get paid for. People pay to talk to me. So there's nothing wrong with that. They don't expect to have a relationship with me or a friendship or go out to dinner or have sex.
I would not want to be in a relationship with someone that I had to pay to talk to me. I'd like it to be like a mutual thing. Is there a way of telling? Is there a way of telling or knowing if a woman is naughty? Ooh, that's a good question. Etoby 317.
The only way you're going to know that.
There is a way you can know that. Get in the sack.
Well, I also think I think women need, the safer women feel with someone, the more that naughty vixen will come out to play.
Oh, let me explain that. Did you guys hear this? So she's saying the safer, I guess the more you're comfortable with the other person, the more the person will let their naughty side out.
Absolutely.
So you gotta develop a trust level to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women, if men knew that the number one thing women need in order to be freely sexual is to feel safe, because we're taught our whole lives men are going to hurt us. Right. Men rape, men beat, men leave. I mean, we're taught every cultural teaching is telling us men are going to hurt us. Mm-hmm. So in order for a man to get into that trust zone with us, he has to earn his way in by one, being consistent, by two, being respectful, and by letting us know we're safe. And then when we're safe and we don't fear he's going to hurt us in any way, we can let it fly. And that's a great thing for men. That's like the key that men just don't get, who aren't getting any. Yeah. You guys got to make every woman feel safe. Absolutely.
But here we go. My passion is writing erotic novels. That's cool, Bamax. Let's see. We're talking.
So what is it? Edity? What is that? No, don't just go up to a woman and say you're naughty. No.
Unless I do actually have a shirt that says play naughty.
Well, then if somebody's got a shirt on, but if you say that, she's going to feel like you're a rapist.
Yeah, don't get creepy, rapey.
Don't be rapey.
Don't get creepy, rapey. So what was that question that we had? I never thought we got enough answers from that. But anyway, let's move on. Should we move on?
Yeah. You want me to do another one?
Yes, this is fun.
All right. What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Holy smokes.
What just popped into your
mind? Probably picked up from Chicago and moved to Los Angeles. That was pretty adventuresome.
That's pretty adventuresome. Yep.
Yeah, with 2 dogs and youngest child in tow. Yeah. What about you?
I think traveling to China alone.
Oh yeah, that sounded like quite the adventure.
Yeah. The first time I went was all by myself, and to go to this country that I mean, it really did feel like another planet.
Yeah, but they don't speak a lot of English there in some places, right?
No signs are in English. You get to the airport, you're like, oh dear God, you can't ask anybody for directions or information because nobody speaks English, well enough to have a conversation.
But what's cool is that once you've done that and survived, you have that in your impression in your head of I could do that. I'm pretty cool. I'm strong, and you don't forget those kind of things,
right.
As opposed to
now I'm ready to go a lot of everything. And then I got ready to go everywhere, and COVID hit.
And then COVID hit. Sex in your car is the most adventurous thing you did, Morningstar. I would say that's fun.
Where's the car moving?
Oh my God! I hope the car was not moving. What's the quickest way to get my penis into a woman's vagina? Oh, well, there's a question for. What's the quickest way? What is the urgency? Is your time that important that you can't take 5 more minutes to make sure that she's pleased?
Get a fleshlight.
Get a flashlight.
Because if the only thing you want to do is put your dick in a woman's pussy,
you hear the way she talks?
You want to masturbate with her body. You're not interested in her pleasure,
right?
And interaction, anything else. Just get a fleshlight.
Get a damn fleshlight and call it a day. Is what?
Or a Venus.
Oh no! Maybe he's asking what is the easiest way to get into the easiest.
There is no easy way or pay for it.
Yeah, you could pay for it. That's one of the ways. Yeah. Well, that's one way. You can.
Hi, JR.
Or you could just make the person, have a good, honest conversation and find a person that wants to have quick, easy sex. There's ways to just come around.
Sibby and I just, Bunny, I just said Venus, because Venus is the male masturbator that the company that makes Sibian also makes, and it's incredible. Yeah, be respectful and pay for your sex, she says. Excellent.
Pay for your sex. You own many fleshlights? I think the quickest is to Uber a girl over here. Making love on a warm hood of a car during a snowstorm. I guess we're getting different answers to different questions right now.
That sounds interesting.
I think we're on adventuresome again. We're back to that. We're going to hear more about someone's adventures on an airplane. Climbing a mountain in Georgia sounds adventuresome.
Mountain climbing is very adventurous.
Yeah. What does I own many flashlights and we already talked about that one. All right. Next question.
Okay. Let's see.
By the way, you guys, if you're still asking how can you get Cougars, I'm going to put my book down here. It's called The Cougars Guide to... No, it's called Fuck Games Day Cougars. And it gives you everything you want to know. On Amazon.
Oh, this is a good one. What is an interesting skill that you have?
Oh, an interesting skill that I have. Interesting. You go first.
Okay, first I want to say, Bunny just posted most adventurous things, Sibian sex in the woods.
So you bring the whole Sibian machine out into the woods?
How did you plug it in?
Yeah. How does that work?
That's a long extension.
Or maybe what you do is you have sex on a Sibian and then you run into the woods. Hi, SC Guy 84. Long time no see for you too.
Happy to have you back. Okay.
Wait,
so
I used my flashlight for 15 hours in a row the other day. Grandmaster, do not do that. It's a true story. On my podcast, we interviewed a guy who got a flashlight and he used it for an entire weekend straight. And his dick got inflated out to the size of a tuna can. and he had to go to the hospital, and he said it was like the most painful thing he ever went through. So I guess he had an allergic reaction to the silicone or something, and he just could not stop masturbating with it.
I think it's called a friction rub.
Well, his was actually an allergic reaction to the material. But I would suggest not doing that. Take it easy with the fleshlight, because you may end up in the hospital.
I don't believe there is anything of the idea of sex addiction, but there is OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder.
Especially when you get a new toy.
For 15 hours straight, that's an obsessive compulsive disorder, and that's harmful, not healthy.
Yeah, so, Grandmaster, don't do it.
Some counseling.
Yeah, drink milk to become a strong boy. What?
Okay. So what's the most interesting? What's your interesting skill? Let's give less attention to that.
Okay, interesting skill that people don't know that I have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody may know.
Okay. Well, something that I feel I'm pretty skilled at is looking at a person, talking to them for a little while, and then I can guess their sun sign in astrology.
You can.
I'm pretty good at that.
You're very good at that.
Yeah. I feel like I mean, I don't want to say it's every time, because it's impossible to do it every time, but I would say I'm good 75% of the time. And that's not easy because there's 12 signs. But I have to also get to know the person pretty well before I can just like dive into it. But usually if I'll talk to them for a little while, like maybe an hour or so, and I look at them, I get a certain vibe, and within the first like 3 guesses, I'll guess it.
That's pretty cool.
But what about you? You got a certain skill besides giving really good head?
A lot of skills. But I think the one that's probably that's a little bit more that I hide more, that I'm pretty psychic.
Yeah. You know, I think you're not even necessarily pretty psychic as much as you can follow your intuition, and that it comes across as being psychic, but I think everybody is psychic to some extent, and some people are like you and me too, I would think, and that's probably goes along with astrology. We're not afraid to feel it and express it.
But I mean, I actually get visions over people's shoulders.
Yeah.
And Mark hates it because I always see the gift he's going to give me.
Oh.
Over his right shoulder.
Got it.
Before I get it.
Yeah.
And I write it down. I've done this many times, and
I love it.
I had a total vision of a person's death, and they died.
Yeah, it's not always a good thing.
No.
But I can do that with a phone call. Someone calls me up, and within like a second, I can tell if this is a bad conversation. Usually, it's a bad conversation. I can tell just by the ring and the hello. Immediately, I'm like, oh, this is bad.
What's wrong?
Yeah, that's right.
Who's the wildest between us?
Who's the wildest between us? Oh, hands down, it's Nancy.
You think?
100%.
I don't know. I think there's some stories in your single years that could probably put my stories to like a daycare.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I guess wild is really like subjective, I guess. Yeah. Over the course of our years, we've both done quite a bit, and we're both Libras, and Libras tend to be more adventuresome sexually.
Yeah. I certainly have had periodic times where I've been more adventurous.
Yeah.
I look forward to those.
Right. Yeah, you're pretty adventuresome. More than most of the people I know that are our age.
I like having experiences.
I do too. Yeah, because later on you can go back and use them in your own mind.
They do last forever.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, Mark and I got when Mark and I were doing an oasis in Jamaica, and it made me bald. So I'm gonna have to pass on this.
Okay, let's move on because I'm in a very vulnerable state right now.
Yeah.
SC guy, what about an Aries? You're the opposite of us, by the way. If you look at a pie shape and have it be an astrology, 12 signs in astrology, you're on the opposite spectrum of Libra. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so that makes you more youthful and adventurous than most, and you also have to test things a little more than most people would. But it gets along very well with Libra, or it can get along really shitty. Oh, everybody wants their readings now.
Yeah.
Team Libra in the house. Bam, Max. Woohoo! We got a fellow Libra here, and Aquarius is also a good sign because they're very outwardly giving to causes.
So somebody wants to know if I've ever experienced a new guy with no experience. Yep, my first experience was with a new guy with no experience.
A new guy with no experience.
Bad.
I actually don't think I've been with a new guy with. I've been with a guy that I have way more experience. Yeah, some of the.
I don't think two inexperienced people should ever be together.
Yeah, although it does happen when you're young, of course. Which is the first sex? What kind of question is that? Which is the first sex?
And Bunny's a Libra too.
No way, Bunny! Holy shit!
You would love it. You met Bunny?
I met you on the phone, right, Bunny? We talked for a while about our podcast. Yes, I definitely.
You would so love her.
Well, I really enjoyed my conversation with you. I remember we talked for a while.
I've had the chance to travel with her and spend lots of time with her, and I mean she's true heart, solid person.
Well, how could you not be with a name like Bunny?
I love her. Yeah.
Okay, so we got Pisces in the house. That's the oldest sign, Danny. You're the oldest sign, old soul. And Leo likes to have it their way or the highway, but they're the center of attention there. And which we've seen this Edo boy. Is it Ito Bai? You do like to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that you're a Leo. What's the craziest sex? Oh, we've had some crazy sex. That is another whole story. We did that last week. We found out some information about that last week.
That's like not just a book, but a volume of books.
Yeah, that's going to be our next project. We're going to talk about all our sexual wild experiences.
Okay, you need to school's Jungle.
Jungle, you got to read my book. It's called Fuck Games, Date Cougars. Go read the book. It's on Amazon. It's F*CK. Fuck Games.
Invest in your future.
Yeah, and if you really want to meet a cougar, it's really important to you to meet a confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racing woman. Read my book. You will see all kinds of good suggestions. You'll see comments by other people who have been involved with relationships with cougars of all ages and all. And I think you'll appreciate it. If you're dying to have a cougar, go get the book. I think it's $10 or something. You can get it. You can download it after the session.
So Douglas over here is a Capricorn. What can you say about Capricorns real quick?
Douglas, you're a hard worker. You're a climber. It's the mountain goat. You're very stoic in that. Are you a hard worker, Douglas? Oh, great. You learned a lot. You bought it a few weeks ago. That's great. I'm so happy to hear that. We write a review on Amazon. I need to.
Please.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yeah. Cougars smile at me and stare at me forever in line at Trader Joe's. Yeah, Cougars always hang out at Trader Joe's.
So Chris Styles, how the fuck would we know the answer to that question?
Dude, okay, I'm going with they probably do though because they have a lot of experience and they're confident. So they do probably. Not all of them do. Not all of them give good blowjobs, but a lot of them do.
Just because somebody is a cougar doesn't mean they know what all cougars do of anything.
Right, that is true.
Get real.
I think the likelihood is, though, that they might give good blowjobs. What is the perfect age for a guy who's looking for a cougar? In other words, an older, confident woman. What's the perfect age? Yeah, you have to have some maturity in you, I guess, to appreciate it. But yeah, I don't think it really matters. Whatever age you are, to find someone. What does that mean? Bring the cougar on Instagram. Okay.
All right. So what's been one of your favorite moments in life?
Oh, wow. My favorite moments in life?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do love.
Please don't call us MILFs. Go ahead.
I love traveling, and so when I was in Africa and I was able to see the animals in the wild, that was one of my favorite moments. And I was with one of my sons.
That's very cool.
Oh, you bought my book and She Comes First? Oh, that's a great book. She Comes First is awesome. I love that book. Actually, I think isn't that Ian Kerner? I think he's got a new book coming out.
Cool.
Yeah. I wish men had unlimited nuts to bust. I don't know what. Wow, what a pickle to be in, walking around town bringing spring wherever you go. Dildo gaggings. Any advice on?
Do these people over on your YouTube have Tourette's?
I don't know what the hell's going on there. What a pickle to be you, walking around town bringing spring wherever you go. I think that was a compliment, dildo gaggings. By the way,
I'm not sure what that is.
I think it was he's saying I bring spring wherever you go. I think this was it's like a pickup line. Which
okay.
I'm going with that one.
All right.
Oh, Danny, that's sweet. Seeing your daughter born. That's wonderful.
That's amazing. I think for me, seeing my daughter have a daughter.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah.
Granddaughter.
That's unbelievable.
Well, I was there for the birth of both of my first grandchildren. So amazing.
I'm just looking at the time, and we're going to get shut down in a few minutes. So,
oh my gosh.
If you guys have any burning last-minute questions that you think we can answer within a few minutes, let us know. Just so you know, Nancy, tell them where they can find you.
My website is drnsp.com for nancysuttonpierce.com. And you can find me all over Instagram and Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/Dr. Nancy, I do try to pay very special attention to my patrons because I'm so grateful that they throw a few bucks my way each month in a patronage to support the work that Karen and I are doing, that I'm doing. I create retreats all over the world. I care for people. I counsel. I teach. I write. So there's a lot of things I do that I don't actually get paid for. So it's nice to have people that support that.
A lot of freebies going on. And you can find me on TikTok at KarenLee Potter, where I have the most fun. I also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/KarenLee. Eto B asked if I collaborated with the Sexy Lifestyle, and they were on our podcast. Sex Talk with My Mom is my passion. Just check it out. It's a podcast that I do with my son, and it is very funny, yet and funny, and at times very moving.
So be sure to follow the Sexy Lifestyle podcast, because next week I will be on.
Oh yeah, so check out. You'll see Nancy on the Sexy Lifestyle on the podcast. It's coming up on the Sexy Lifestyle podcast. You'll also see, if you want, my son and I were on the Sexy Lifestyle podcast as well at Sex Talk with My Mom. That was several years ago, though, many years ago. And we were on theirs, they were on ours. And that's it. And if you want to hear Dr. Nancy Sutton Pierce on our podcast, she was on many times, and she was on my YouTube channel too, KarenLee Potter Show. So we've collaborated for many years. I've known her for a long time. And I just was talking about the other day how we met each other, and then how we subsequently found each other in New York on a weird freak thing. So
yeah, that was very.
There you go with the intuition and the strong, I don't know what it is, ESP connection. Yeah, because literally we had never met each other in person. We just met each other over the internet, and then we both happened to be in New York. Neither of us lived in New York, We were there for different reasons, and we bumped into each other in a remote lobby of a bar of a hotel.
Like 10 o'clock at night.
At 10 o'clock at night. And the only reason we recognized each other is we'd seen each other's pictures. And we were like, what? It was crazy.
Yeah, very crazy.
But good.
So tune in next week because Karen and I will be side by side.
We're going to be side by side next week on Wild Women with Wine.
Going into Hollywood to hang out with Karen. So join us. I'm sure our energy will be just bursting because we'll be so excited.
Next week at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That would be 7 Central and 8 Eastern. You're going to see us all. And actually, I'm going to be on Clubhouse in a little while. If anybody's on Clubhouse, I'm going to be on at 8 o'clock answering questions with Pleasure Podcast panel. So if anybody wants to hear us then, we're going to be on Clubhouse tonight at 8 p.m.
Yeah. And I'm going to be listening.
And Nancy will be listening and hopefully chiming in. Anyway, so it was really fun chatting with all you guys. It's good to see some of the regulars back again. And hey, stay safe and have fun.
Yeah, much love. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And bye to you guys.